Welcome to Well+Good's Good Moves. My name is Alicia Ferguson, and this is Alexandra. We are the founders of BK Yoga Club. Today we're going to be working on flexibility for the body and mind. Let's get started. We're going to come onto our backs today. And so I just invite you to place the soles of your feet down, tuck the tailbone under just a little bit, and gently and slowly roll all the way onto your backs. Beautiful. And once you arrive here, just get comfortable, really spread or press the shoulders into the mat. And then place the soles of your feet to touch, coming into a Supta Baddha Konasana. Again, fancy yoga words. You have a few options here. So take both of your hands and they can either come down to your pelvic region. You can also place them on the knees. They can just come out to your sides, whatever feels comfortable for you in this moment. And as you just connect with the natural rhythm of your breath, allow the body to really arrive here, right? So letting the breath flow through you, letting your thoughts kind of meet you on the mat. Releasing anything that might be pulling at your attention. And just coming to this present moment. And I'd like to invite the idea here that flexibility in the body and flexibility of the mind are actually interrelated. And so we perform these physical exercises to really help us achieve mental openness and mental flexibility. And so as we take our breaths here, just maybe connect a little bit deeper, taking a nice full inhale through the nose, and then a full exhale through the mouth. 2 more times here. Inhaling nice and deep and full through the nose, filling up the lungs, and then exhaling all the air out the mouth. And with every breath here, we are scanning our bodies for any of those rigid places, any of those stiff areas. And just inviting openness, right? Inviting openness, inviting flexibility throughout our practice. And from here, I want you to take your arms all the way up to the sky. So reach them in back of you. Backs of your hands are reaching onto the floor. Fingertips are reaching in the opposite direction of your feet. And we're just going for a little deeper shoulder stretch here. And so as gravity is doing its thing here, you might notice that the thighs are holding a little bit of weight. Allow them to feel heavy. Allow the pelvis to feel really heavy here. Allow the knees to just open up, feeling grounded and rooted into the mat. One more big breath here, inhaling through the nose. And then as you exhale through the mouth, take your hands, bring them to the outsides of the knees, and zip everything up here. Awesome. I want you to take your right knee, bring it into your chest. Then take the left knee, bring it into your chest. Wrap your arms around both your shins, squeeze them into the chest and give yourself a little hug. Rock a baby bit side by side, taking your full breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. And I want you to peel your shoulders off the mat. Let your nose almost come to your knees if you can. Squeeze everything in. And then as you exhale, release the head and shoulders back down to the earth. Release the left foot down to the earth as well. Right knee is still in towards your chest. And then you have an option here. You can keep that left knee bent or you can extend the left leg. And then take your right knee and begin to open it up nice and slow, opening up to the right side of the mat. And so I like to put a little pressure here for myself, but you have options. Sometimes this external rotation is deep enough, so all good. But if you like, you can place your right hand and add a little weight to that right knee. Taking 3 deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And again, with every breath, with every pose, we're scanning the body for those stiff, sticky parts any parts that are giving us any resistance, and how can we breathe openness? How can we breathe life into those areas? All right, now take your right hand and we're gonna come into a half happy baby. So right hand reaches for the inside of that right foot, and I want your right knee to be weighted towards the earth. So your elbow is in the inside of the knee, right knee is weighted towards the earth here. And again, that left leg could be stretched, but if this feels too deep right now, feel free to bend that left knee as well. Beautiful, taking 3 deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. How does that leg feel, Paris? Oh, okay, must be good over there. One more breath here, inhale. Beautiful, and exhale, awesome. And then I want you to just begin to extend that right leg all the way up to the sky and walk your hands as far as you can go up. And again, the knee can be bent if that feels good, but whatever feels good for you, walk your fingertips as far as they can go. And then we're gonna point the toes up to the sky, then flex them down to the chin. 2 more times, pointing the toes, and then flexing the toes, and then pointing the toes, and then flexing the toes. And we're gonna take 3 nice ankle circles here, so rolling in one direction, and then reverse the circle going in the opposite direction. Beautiful. And wherever you're at, again, walk the fingertips up as far as they can go, and then I want you to see if you can peel your chin, chest, peel your forehead off the earth, reaching your forehead towards your knee. And again, the knee can be bent or you can extend it long, that left leg, for a deeper stretch here. Let's hold it for 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. And find a little tension here. So really push the knee in towards the forehead and lift the forehead up towards the knee. Last breath. Beautiful. Then roll all the way back down. Take that right knee, cross it over to the left for a nice spinal twist. And you can take your gaze out towards the right side of the room. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more breaths. Inhale here. And then exhale. Last one. Beautiful. And then come all the way back to center. Place both the feet down on the mat. And then we're going to do that on the opposite side. So squeeze that left knee into the chest here. And then again, get ready to open, externally rotate that left thigh open to the left side. And your right knee could be bent or you can extend it long, right? Yogi's choice. We're just working into those parts that feel sticky or allowing the mind to open up as our body begins to open up. So what that really means is approach the practice from a place of openness. So sometimes when we think about flexibility in yoga, we're automatically like, I'm not flexible. But what happens when you reframe that? One more breath here, inhale. And then exhale it all out. Beautiful. And let's come into our half happy baby on the opposite side. So take that left hand to the inside of that left arch of your foot. Allow that left knee to hang heavy towards the earth. That left thigh is really weighted down. Inhale. And exhale. And we really want to find weight on that left side. You don't want to tip over, so make sure you're not tipping too far over. Keeping stability in the pelvis, but allowing that thigh, allowing the hips to really open up. Last breath. Beautiful. And then extend the left leg all the way up to the sky. Walk your fingertips up the leg to your knees, your calves, or your ankles as far as you can get. And let's take some pointing and flexing. So point the toes, then flex the toes, then point the toes, flex them down towards the chin. And let's take circles with the ankle. And then reverse your circle opposite direction. Maybe wiggle the toes, right? Have a little fun with it. And then wherever you're at, walk the fingertips up as far as you can go and then begin to peel the shoulders, peel the chin, forehead off the earth here. If you want a deeper stretch, extend that right leg nice and long where the knee can be bent. Beautiful. And we're going to hold for 3 breaths. And so try not to resist, right? When we resist, right, it's the opposite of flexibility. So we're meeting the practice with rigidness. Inhale, 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, come all the way down to the earth. Beautiful. Take that left knee all the way to the right side. Open up for a supine twist. And you can take the left arm out to the left. Take your gaze to the left. Allow the shoulders to hang heavy. And trying to find an ease with every pose. One more breath here, inhale. Beautiful. And then exhale both of your feet back to center. And just take a few rocks here on the spine. We're gonna come into all fours, but just give the spine a little massage here. Have a baby bit of fun with it. And we will all meet on all fours. Yes, so spread the fingertips nice and wide, knees underneath of your hips here, and tuck the navel into the spine. All right, we're gonna drop into our cat-cow here. So inhale the heart forward, gaze goes up. And then as you exhale around the spine, tuck the chin into the chest, find a deep stretch in that back body. And just as you're here, you can keep moving through your cat-cow or just find any little movements that feel good for you. I like to circle my hips out here. Sometimes I like to circle the neck while I'm here too. Whipping your hair back and forth. Deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. And then we'll find stillness here in our nice flat back position. And I want you to take the sole of your right foot up to the sky. So right knee's bent, sole of the foot is up to the sky. And we're just gonna move through this a little slowly. I want you to really squeeze the glute here and then take that right knee out to the right side. Beautiful, almost like a fire hydrant. And then round it back down to the earth, but don't touch. It's hovering about an inch off. So let's do that 2 more times. Sole of the feet reaches all the way up. And then take that right knee out to the right and then drop it down, hovering about 1 inch. Last time here, knee goes up, squeeze, take it to the right, and then bring it all the way down. And still hovering here, I want us to do this 2 more times, but find a really fluid circle here. So just flow through it. Yeah, finding some opening up in that crease, that hip crease. Sometimes it starts to feel a little cranky. Beautiful. And then bring it down to the earth. And let's try that on the left side. Take a deep breath here, inhale. And then exhale, release. And let's prepare. So take the sole of that left foot up to the sky. Glute is squeezing just a bit. And then that left knee reaches over to the left. And then bring it down to meet your right knee, hovering about an inch off the mat. 2 more times here. Up and over. And then hovering down. 1 more time. Up and then over. And then hovering down. And then just take it more fluidly here. So after you've worked into it a bit, just go slow or fast, whatever feels good for you, but just start to notice any of the parts in that left side. If it feels different from the right, you can even reverse it if you feel like it. Reverse, reverse. All right, now bring that left knee back down to the earth. Awesome. I want you to walk your fingertips all the way out. Keep the knees exactly where they are. Allow the head to come all the way down, almost like a puppy dog pose here. Inhale. And really reach the fingers all the way out. Find a nice deep stretch in the side body. Let the fingertips reach, pressing into the earth. Allow the heart to fold forward, peeling down towards the earth. 1 more big breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And then walk your hands back underneath of your shoulders. And we're gonna tuck the toes under. Take it into our downward dog. Hips go up and back. Up and back. Pedal out the feet for your first downward dog of the day. Shake the head, yes or no if you need to. Again, we're releasing any stiffness, any rigidness that might be feeling, right? So the more we breathe deep into those parts of the body that feel stiff, we're allowing space. We're actually inviting space. We're inviting mental clarity. We're inviting well-being. We're releasing any of those blockages, known and unknown, that might be holding us right now. Awesome. Take 1 more breath here. Inhale. And then exhale. All right. Reach that right leg all the way nice and long towards the back of the room and see if you can point the toes this time. So don't flex them down. Point the toes, point, and then bring your right foot between your 2 front hands. Roll the shoulders back, pull the heart forward, and just preparing for this low lunge here. So just assemble yourself any way that feels good, but keep the chest lifted as you're on your fingertips. Inhale, and then exhale. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Inhale. And then exhale. And we're gonna make this a little dynamic here. So I want you to straighten your front right leg. As you bow down, let the head hang heavy here. Beautiful. Wide-legged pyramid here. And then let's come right back into our low lunge. So fingertips stay the same. We're just bending into that right knee and opening up here. Let's do this 2 more times, P. You got it?
Oh, of course.
All right, let go. Straightening that front leg, bowing forward, and then coming right back into our low lunge. Last one, straightening the front leg, wide-legged pyramid, head hangs heavy here, and then bending back into our low lunge. Awesome. And then from here, I want you to bring both of your hands to the inside of that right foot and walk it all the way out to the long edge of your mat. And so we're in a wide-legged prasarita, so pushing or sending weight to the outside edges of your feet. And you have a little bit, you know, we always love options here. Just some options. So you can allow the head to hang heavy, and you can walk your hands all the way out nice and long in front of you, right? Or you can walk your hands all the way in back of you, right? So bringing the fingertips through your thighs and allowing the head to hang heavy here. We're gonna be here for 3 breaths. And again, as you breathe, just begin to notice the parts that might feel tight. So is it the inner thighs here? Maybe it's the shoulders. Inner thighs feeling a little stiff. Yeah. Maybe it's the glutes, maybe it's the spine. But wherever it is, just begin to notice the sensations that are happening in the body and breathing deeply here. Exhale, let it go. Last breath, inhale. And then exhale, let it go. And wherever you're at, begin to lift your torso up and then assemble yourself, walking it all the way back to the top of the mat. Awesome. Take that right leg and send it back to your downward facing dog. And so from our downward facing dog, I want us to come into a variation of a flow. So we're gonna inhale, rolling out the spine like a nice wave of water, coming into upward facing dog, but keep the toes tucked here. Yes, so roll the shoulders back, heart gets sent forward, and see if you can keep the knees off the mat. If you need to lower them, that's fine too. And then as you exhale, press firmly into the hands, pick up those hips, send it all the way back, coming back into your downward facing dog. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, rolling out the spinal column, nice and easy. Head is the last thing that extends. Hips drop a little as we come into our upward facing dog. Shoulders squeeze together here. Squeeze them, send the heart forward. And as you exhale, woo, nice and slow back like a big old wave, an oceanic wave here. All right, our last one here. Inhale as you roll it all out. Upward facing dog. Again, keep the toes tucked. And then exhale and back into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right, inhale that left leg long, pressing towards the back of the room. And again, flex the toes and then point the toes. And then flex your toes here and then point the toes. Beautiful. Bring that left foot between your 2 front hands. And then assemble yourself in this low lunge. So roll the shoulders back. They squeeze together a bit. That right knee is off the earth. Your heart is pulling forward. Crown of the head is reaching up to the sky here. Nice and bright. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath as you allow the hips to hang heavy. Allow them to really feel weighted towards the earth. One more breath. And let's make this dynamic, right? So we're going to straighten that front left leg as we bow forward. Really pressing into that big toe on that left side. Squeeze the inner thighs together for a little more stability if you feel wobbly. And then as we exhale, bending into that left knee, coming back into the low lunge, heart is lifted, shoulders are squeezing. 2 more times here, straightening the leg. And again, just move slow. We really want to notice the sensations that are happening. Bending into the knee. Noticing how the hamstrings feel, noticing how your knees feel, noticing how the hips feel each time they dip a little lower. Beautiful. And then from here, I want you to walk both of your hands to the inside of that left foot. Walk it all the way nice and long to the long edge of the mat. And again, you have an option. So as you press into the outside edges of the feet, do whatever you need to do with your hands, really. So you can walk it all the way out. You can come into the forearms. You could do whatever feels good for you, but just find a nice stretch here. So the inside thighs should really be activated here. Allowing the hips to tip over your torso. And maybe a little just a little baby booty shake feels nice here. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Okay, all right, I saw there was a lot of wobble. One more breath here, inhale. And then as you exhale, let it go. Coming back up onto your hands, assemble yourself at the top of your mat. Beautiful. And then you're gonna take that left leg all the way back to your downward facing dog. And we're gonna come into our down dog, up dog flow. So from down dog, shifting forward, coming into up dog, hips dip low, heart is open, toes are still curled under. Beautiful. And then pull the navel into the spine, lift the hips up to the sky, and then send them all the way back. Let's do that 2 more times. Rolling out like a nice wave. Almost think of a snake, right? So you want to find a real fluid motion here. Finding the flexibility of our spinal column, which again is really linked to overall health here. Last time. Beautiful. And then coming back into our downward facing dog. Awesome. And then from here, inhale, sending that right leg nice and long to the sky. And then this time, bring it between your 2 front hands. And I want you to bring both of your hands in the inside of your right foot. And then release that left knee down to the earth. Uncurl the toes here. And then begin to open up that right knee towards the right side of the room. So you can allow your torso to twist here, right, if this feels comfortable for you. And if you want a deeper stretch here, you can even reach back, pulling and lifting up that left foot. I'm not there yet today, so I'm just gonna take it like this. So allow the right foot, your foot is gonna like reach, not reach, it's really gonna lift off the mat. So you're rolling onto the knife edge of that right foot. And then as you inhale, shift the body, shift the shoulders so they almost stack on top of each other. And then allow your gaze to look towards the back of the room. 1 more breath here, inhale. And this is a really deep stretch on that right side, so really breathe into it. All right, we're gonna come back. I want you to bring both of your hands to frame your right foot. Pick up that left knee here. Beautiful, beautiful. And then I want you to spin it down, coming into warrior 2. Beautiful. So coming into our warrior 2, setting up nice and strong here. And just taking a moment, right? Understanding that we can do more work with a flexible mind than we have or can when we are really rigid in our thought process. So allowing ourselves to be open here and experiencing our experience. So inhale, flip the front palm, shift all the way back, open up the heart here, beautiful, inhale. And as you exhale, come back to warrior 2. 2 more times here. Reversing our warrior, reaching, finding a stretch. And then coming back to warrior 2. Last one here, flipping everything and reversing it. And then we're gonna come into extended side angle. So that right forearm on top of the right knee, and then roll that left arm nice and long in front of us over that left ear. Beautiful. And from here we have options. So you could stay right here, or we can choose to work our mental flexibility and take a bind. So if you're rocking out with me for this bind, I want you to roll your left arm in back of you. Take that right hand, come down to the earth, and then bring it underneath of your right knee. And so maybe the fingertips come to touch, maybe they don't. You can bring the hands to fist, but create that action. So roll that left shoulder back here. Beautiful, 1 more breath, inhale, and exhale. And as we're working the mental flexibility, again, approach it with an openness. What can it look like? Maybe we don't execute the exact pose, but how can we work ourselves into a way that feels good for us here? Last breath. All right, bring both of your hands, unwind the bind, bring both of your hands down and frame your front foot. Awesome. And then I want you to take that left knee, so both toes are pointed forward. Take that left knee, and we're gonna do a little bit of balance here. Left knee comes into the chest. Beautiful, work the core, nice strong core. You got it? Okay. It comes into it, work the core here. And then bring the hands all the way up. Beautiful. And just take a pause here, right? Take a pause. And then whenever you're ready, begin to extend that left leg out nice and long in front of you for a standing split. Got this. Take a deep breath. And then we're gonna reverse it. So bring the shoulders back, coming into, what is this called, B? Oh, she's a real yogi. Amazing. So let's flow through this, right? Again, flexibility in the legs, flexibility in the mind. Be open. If you fall, who cares? Whoa, I got a little wobbly. And so we're coming from our standing splits back to our warrior 3. 1 more time here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Open, open, however it's looking today. And then come back to our warrior 3. Beautiful. Drop that right hand down to the earth. Open up into your half moon. And then release that left leg down to the earth. Step back, shift into your downward facing dog. Wow, if that didn't work the legs and the mind to figure that out, I don't know what more we can do for our mental flexibility right now, right? So we're finding that mind-body coordination, finding that alignment here. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. All right, inhale that left leg nice and long to the sky. Bring it between your two front hands. Both your feet come to the inside of that left leg, and then drop that right knee and begin to open up to the left side. So that left knee opens up, you're rolling onto the left edge of your foot. And just holding for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Last one. And then bring your foot between your two front hands. Lift up that right knee. Beautiful. And then we're going to take that right knee into the chest and come right into our standing splits. So maybe you need to take a pause here. Really activate your core. So when we make that transition, we can go slow, but really tighten the core, navel into the spine. Arms are lifted here, knees lifted, toes are flexed. And then slowly begin to extend your leg out any amount. So maybe it's just here, or maybe you stay here, but whatever feels good for you. Approach it with openness, right? So don't say we can't do it. Work at your pace today. And even work at challenging yourself. I'm shaken, so hope you are. All right, come back into our warrior 3. Transition nice and easy. Palms face up to the sky, arms reaching to the back of the room. Right leg is reaching towards the back of the room. Toes are flexed down. 2 more times, coming back into your standing split. And then warrior 3. Last time here. Really working on our core, working on the flexibility, working on stability. And then release that left hand down to the earth. And you can take a block if you need to. And then open up the hips, open up the chest, shoulders to the right side of the room, coming into our half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. One more breath here, inhale. Really flex the toes, reach the fingers all the way up, nice and bright to the sky. Beautiful. And then release that right leg down, frame your front foot. Take that left leg all the way back, downward facing dog. And then I want you to place the knees down, big toes come to touch. Come into a child's pose. And allow the head to be heavy. Allow the belly to fall between the thighs. And again, open up the knees nice and wide. 2 big toes come to touch. And just noticing how your body's feeling at this moment. All right, then walk your hands back to the knees. And I want you to swing your feet all the way forward. Extend the legs nice and long, big wide-legged straddle here. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky, reaching, reaching, reaching. And then we're going to slowly begin to tip over to the right side. And so allow that left hand to reach over. Yep. And maybe you take your gaze towards the right toes. One more breath, inhale. And then as you exhale, take your left hand all the way down to meet the right foot and allow your torso to kind of lay on that right thigh. And your head can hang heavy here, maybe reaching towards your knees or even reaching towards the floor. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. All right, both hands come back up to the sky. Inhale, and then we're going to slowly begin to tip over to the left, reaching that right hand over to the left side. And again, keep the heart open here. So we're spinning the chest up. Fingertips are reaching over the ears. One more breath, inhale. And then as we exhale, allow that right hand to meet the left foot completely. So your torso begins to fold over that left thigh. And then inhale, windmill the arms all the way back up to center. Beautiful. Bring the hands underneath to the knees. Bring the soles of your feet to the earth. Make sure you have enough room in back of you if you want to lay down. And we're going to take it all the way back down to the earth. So roll down nice and easy, nice and slow here. All right, I want you to bring your knees into the chest. Give everything a nice hug. Rock it side by side. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then take both the knees over to the right. Open up that left arm to the left. Take your gaze to the left. Just allowing the body to reset here. Allowing all the benefits from our practice to begin to settle into the body. Then bring the knees back to center. Tip them over to the left. Open up that right arm here. And then bring both the soles of your feet to the earth and slowly begin to extend your legs nice and long, releasing anything that you may be holding in here. And so allowing the breath to flow through you freely and just taking a moment, just do this little body scan, right? So notice the toes, notice how they're feeling. Maybe give them a wiggle if you feel a little bit of anxious energy still down there. And we're just gonna build up, letting the energy rising all the way to the top, from the bottom to the top. So noticing the energy in the knees, noticing the energy going on in our thighs, noticing the energy in our pelvis and our core, noticing the energy swirling around in our lungs and our shoulders and our throat and our cheeks and our nose and our eyes and all the way to the crown of our head. And if you're still holding any bits of tension here, I just invite you to squeeze the toes, squeeze the fists, squeeze everything into a ball, create a lot of tension in the body. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then exhale, let it go. And if you have any extra moments, I just invite you to hang out here a little bit longer and really just absorb everything that you've created today. But if not, we will see you next time on the mat. Namaste. Please, if you loved our flow today, like or subscribe somewhere around here. And you can also catch us at BK Yoga Club. We'll see you next time on the mat.